Okay, let's look at question number 20. Yeah. Okay, for this question, they want you to find the probability that the sum of the numbers in each row and each column is odd. Therefore, let's have a basic understanding. For sum of three integers to be odd, right? Sum of three integers to be odd, right? To be odd, we have two cases. Okay, so that case number one, all integers are odd. All three integers are odd, right? Can you see that when all the three integers are odd, obviously, the sum will be odd, right? Then the second case would be what? The second case would be there is only one odd integer and two even. And there are two even integer, right? Therefore, in this case, can you see that from 1 to 9, right? From 1 to 9, we notice that there are 5 odd integers. There are 5 odd numbers. Basically, there are 5 odd numbers. Therefore, in this case, can you see that if you just consider rows, right? We look at rows. That means we just consider the rows. Consider the rows, right? Consider rows. Consider rows. Then in this case, what does it mean? What does it mean? If you consider the row, there are 5 odd numbers. And to fulfill the criteria of the questions, I want every row end up with an odd sum. Therefore, what does it mean? What does it mean? That means you should have one row or odd number. Or odd numbers. Then the other two rows each contain one odd number, right? Agree? Because in this case, one row contain all odd numbers. That means you have 3 odd numbers, right? And the other two rows each contains one odd, right? Therefore, in this case, you added another 2 odd. Therefore, that will give you 5 odd numbers. From 1 to 9. Then in this case, can you see that among the three rows, there are 3, and similarly, the same argument hold for columns. Same argument holds for column. What I'm trying to say here is that there will be one column with all odd numbers. One column, all odd numbers, and then the other two columns each contain only one odd number. So that the sum of every column will be odd, right? And in this case, can you see that there are 3 ways to choose from the 3 rows which one of the row has all the odd number, right? And then can you see that similarly, there are 3 ways to choose which column to be the column with all the odd number. Therefore, 3 times 3, that will give you 9. That will give you 9. Once you choose that particular row and the particular column with all the odd number, that means the rest are fixed. Right? Okay, then in this case, what is the sample space of this question? What is the sample space of this question? That means this is the, okay, what is the universal set, or we say? Can you see that? This is, can you see that once I get this number, 9, what does it mean? There are 9 cases that fulfill the criteria that the sum of each row and each column give you a odd number. Understand? That means in this case, can you see that when you put in the number, right, the sum of the numbers in each row and each column is odd. In total, there are 9 cases. And Okay, what is the so-called what is the population that we are looking at? What is the what is the so-called universal set for this question? Can you see that in this case you are choosing can you see that if we look at the even numbers, right? There are four even numbers. Oh, there are four even numbers. Oh, there are four even numbers. Then isn't that you basically don't care where you place the there are four even numbers, right? Can you see that the 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 universal set, that means if we don't talk about fulfilling the criteria of the question, that means you just randomly place them, right? You just randomly place them. That is the universal set for this question, right? And that will be just equal to 1. That will be just equal to the number of ways is 9 choose 4, right? And 9 choose 4 is actually 126. And out of this 126 of randomly putting the even numbers, and once you put the even number, it means that you put the odd number, right? There are 9 cases that will give you all the sum of rows odd, all the sum of the columns also odd. Therefore, the probability required, right? The probability required would be just equal to 9 over 126. And hence, that is the answer. Right? Okay, therefore in this case, can you see that 9 over 126, then this can be reduced to, sorry, I think maybe let me reduce it. This reduce it to 1 over 14. 1 over 14. Therefore, the answer here is B. The answer here is B. Yeah. Okay, with that, I stop here.